Folks, the stories just keep coming and coming and coming and coming. You're not going to believe this one. This one relates to Iran. I just read this in the Jerusalem Post. And folks, look, you cannot make this stuff up. Now, I'm going to read the first 3 paragraphs of this article in Jerusalem Post, and then I'm going to explain why it's significant. All right? Let me read this to you. It says, Iran is training militias from various countries to operate advanced unmanned aerial vehicles at Kashan base, Defense Minister Benny Gantz said Sunday. Let me read that again. They are training militias from various countries to operate UAVs, folks, that are armed with weapons. Let me read the second paragraph of this article. It says, Gantz, who was speaking at the Institute for Counterterrorism Policy at Reichman University in, I almost said the wrong city, Hezbollah, said that the Islamic Republic is training militias from, ready for this? Catch this, Iraq, Yemen, Lebanon, and Syria at the air base north of the city of Isfahan, and is trying to teach them how to, ready for this, manufacture Iranian drones. Folks, this is really happening. Let me show you this picture, because most people would not believe me if I did not show it to them. And yes, it is unbelievable. Let me switch over to this. Let me show you what you're looking at here. This is the picture that they've got, and this is absolutely unbelievable. These are images that they've captured of this type of activity going on. These are the different UAVs that are located at the base. And once again, let me tell you who they're training here. They're training Yemenis, Iraqis, Lebanese, and Syrian individuals who are acting independently as terrorists. This is crazy. Now, why is it significant? Well, when we look at Ezekiel chapter 38, and of course I keep going there, we talk about Iran being part of the group of nations that will be attacking Israel. And what is amazing as you are looking at this is the people that are in Yemen, Lebanon, and Syria are all acting as proxies for Iran. So is Iraq. There are different terrorist groups. For example, in Yemen, you've got the Houthis. In Lebanon, you have Hezbollah. Of course, that's obvious. That's a given one. Even many of the people that are in Syria right now that are acting as independent terrorist organizations are acting as proxies of Iran, because by acting as a proxy of Iran, they're being funded independently and they're being given opportunities like these things at the UAV base. But the other thing that's happening that's very beneficial to them is it's providing leeway into dealing with their own goals, ideals, and philosophies that might not necessarily relate to the overall ideas of Iran, but still provide them plenty of cover to do the things that they want to do. Now, why is this a significant deal? It's a significant deal because we are watching the setup begin to take place. By the way, it is interesting to note the fact that the defense minister of Iran spent some time meeting with the defense minister of Russia in order to work out some kind of an amicable way of thinking about what happens in Syria. We talked about this, right? We talked about the Syrian defense minister with the Iranian defense minister and kind of Russia being in the middle of that. But here's something you may have not quite captured in recent times, because it's something that was just published, and that is the fact that the defense minister of Russia also met recently with the defense minister of Israel, allowing Israel basically to say we are going to defend ourselves from anybody using Syria as a proxy to attack or launch an attack towards Israel. Folks, in Ezekiel 38, we know something. Okay? And this is what we know in Ezekiel 38. We know that in Ezekiel 38, there is a description that is being given to us of a condition by which Israel will be surprised about the attack, because at the time of the attack, they will be at peace with virtually everybody in the region. Russia will be the big game player during that time because they're going to be the one that is facilitating peace all throughout the Middle East. And when they attack, of course, it is going to be a surprise to Israel. And all of these news stories that I've been talking to you about, all of these things that we are seeing, is providing more and more and more and more and more evidence of all of this thing beginning to happen sooner than later. Folks, this is extraordinary stuff. It is stuff that we've never seen before, and we ought to get ourselves ready because we know that Jesus is coming soon. We know that he's coming soon, which is why we have to make more and more and more and more of an effort to stand for righteousness. Because as he comes for us, the church, he wants to find us doing the work, not only of the ministry, but the work of righteousness as we stand for the truth, which is in essence the ministry. Folks, Jesus is coming soon. Let's not back down from fighting the good fight. God bless you.